Shellfish have long held a paradoxical position in the nutritional world, regarded by many as luxurious, delicious, and culturally significant, yet simultaneously feared as unhealthy due to their cholesterol content. For decades, dietary guidelines lumped shellfish such as shrimp, crab, oysters, clams, and mussels into the same cautionary category as red meat and eggs, largely because of their relatively high levels of dietary cholesterol. But as our understanding of human metabolism and cardiovascular disease has evolved, this caution has proven to be largely unfounded. In reality, shellfish are nutrient-dense foods that offer a wide array of essential micronutrients, healthy fats, and high-quality protein, all in a low-calorie, low-fat package. In fact, for many people, shellfish may represent one of the most concentrated sources of critical nutrients for immune health, brain function, and cardiovascular protection. One of the most misunderstood aspects of shellfish is the issue of cholesterol. While it's true that certain types of shellfish, particularly shrimp, contain higher levels of dietary cholesterol than some other protein sources, research now shows that for the vast majority of people, dietary cholesterol has minimal impact on blood cholesterol levels. It is saturated and trans fats, not cholesterol in food, that most strongly influence LDL, bad cholesterol in the blood. Shellfish are generally very low in saturated fat, and many contain heart-healthy omega-3 fatty acids that may help improve the lipid profile and reduce systemic inflammation. In fact, clinical studies have found that regular consumption of shrimp and similar shellfish does not raise LDL cholesterol significantly, and may even increase HDL, good cholesterol, improving the ratio that matters most for cardiovascular risk. From a micronutrient perspective, shellfish are powerhouses. Zinc, selenium, iodine, copper, and iron are all found in generous amounts in various shellfish. Oysters, for instance, are the single richest dietary source of zinc, a mineral critical for immune defense, wound healing, testosterone production, and antioxidant function. Just a few oysters can exceed the daily recommended intake for zinc, making them a potent nutritional supplement in their own right. Selenium, another essential trace mineral, supports thyroid health and has strong antioxidant properties. Many people today, particularly those living in areas with low soil selenium, may be deficient in this mineral, and shellfish are among the most effective ways to restore it. Iodine is another vital element found abundantly in shellfish, particularly in marine varieties like clams and mussels. Iodine is essential for proper thyroid hormone production, which governs metabolism, energy balance, and neurological development. Many modern diets fall short in iodine, especially as people reduce their intake of iodized salt and processed foods. Shellfish help naturally bridge that gap without contributing to sodium overload. The omega-3 content in shellfish, while lower than in fatty fish like salmon or sardines, is still meaningful. Mollusks and crustaceans contain both EPA and DHA, the long-chain omega-3 fatty acids shown to reduce triglycerides, regulate inflammation, and support brain and cardiovascular health. Unlike many land-based animal products, shellfish offer these beneficial fats with virtually no saturated fat and a favorable caloric profile. For those who don't enjoy fatty fish or seek more dietary diversity, shellfish offer an appealing and accessible source of marine omega-3s. Iron from shellfish is also worth highlighting, especially because it often exists in the highly bioavailable heme form, which is more easily absorbed by the body compared to non-heme iron found in plant sources. Clams, for example, are extraordinarily rich in iron, making them especially beneficial for individuals at risk of deficiency, such as menstruating women, vegetarians, or endurance athletes. Shellfish also contain high-quality, complete protein, meaning they provide all 9 essential amino acids in the ratios needed for human health. They're naturally low in calories, making them an excellent option for people trying to support lean body mass, manage weight, or reduce intake of more calorie-dense animal products. A 3-ounce serving of shrimp, for example, contains around 20 grams of protein with only about 100 calories and minimal fat, a profile that few other animal proteins can match. Another benefit of shellfish is their environmental footprint. Many types of shellfish, especially bivalves like mussels, oysters, and clams, can be farmed sustainably with minimal impact on ecosystems. In fact, bivalve aquaculture can even improve water quality by filtering out excess nutrients and reducing algae blooms. This makes shellfish not only a nutritious choice, but also a responsible one in the context of sustainable food systems. Naturally, quality and sourcing matter. Shellfish should be harvested from clean waters and consumed fresh or properly frozen to minimize the risk of contamination. For individuals with shellfish allergies, one of the more common food allergies in adults, these benefits unfortunately don't apply. But for the general population, fears surrounding shellfish are largely outdated and unsupported by current nutritional science. In summary, shellfish are a textbook example of a food group that was misunderstood and unjustly feared for decades, largely because of cholesterol myths that have since been debunked. Today, we know that these foods are not only safe but actively beneficial. They are nutrient-rich, low in calories, high in bioavailable protein, and packed with critical vitamins and minerals. Far from being indulgent or unhealthy, shellfish, when prepared simply and enjoyed in moderation, deserve a spot among the most valuable and wholesome components of a modern, science-based diet.